In memory of her son, Philando, God. Let there be restoration, rejuvenation, and rehabilitation in every action that takes place from this point on.
We're talking about citizens driving in their cars, walking from the store, playing in the park. You know, the list go on of things that we are citizens and we are entitled to do. In my son's situation, he was stereotyped, racially profiled, harassed, stalked, and fucking murdered in that order.
On the night of July 6, 2016, 32-year-old Philando Castile was pulled over by Minneapolis police as part of a routine traffic stop. His girlfriend and her 4-year-old daughter were also in the car. Moments later, Castile became the latest victim of the killing of a black man at the hands of the police.
Don't pull it out.
The Minneapolis police officer involved in the shooting was later acquitted of all charges, including second-degree manslaughter.
Ms. Castile, I reluctantly watched your son's video. It was painful. And watching George Floyd's video, there was something that, he said he couldn't breathe, but at one point, he called for his mother.
Yeah.
So, as a mother of a black son that has been killed by the police, what was going through your mind when you heard him say that?
My son, he didn't call for me. He called for his Lord. He called on God. He said, Lord, why me? And God told him, he said, your work is done. You've done your job. My son died so that you and you and you could see exactly what's happening in this world. Sometimes the heart has to break for the truth to fall in it. This is what happens to black men. This right here, you saw it with your own eyes.
You see George Floyd and what happened to him. What is your initial reaction?
I was mad as hell. And the first thing I said, here we go. The lies gonna start pouring in. They gonna give the motherfucker the most minimal charge. Here we go again. I cried for that man just like I cried for my son. He put his knee on the man's neck. He knew the cameras was right there, and he postured. Look at me. I killed him. What the fuck wrong with you? What the fuck make you think that's right? And it's the same fucking shit. This man stuck that gun in the car and murdered my son. And these motherfuckers said he was all right. Y'all got to be crazy. I told them in 2016, I said, we 1 degree, and we gonna blow the fuck up. Because what y'all doing is wrong.
What message do you have for black folks out there that's trying to understand what they need to do in order to fix this situation?
There should be people from the community that know what they need in the community to sit down and negotiate and tell them what they need. And I encourage our kids to become a police officer, become a fireman, become a district attorney, become a prosecuting attorney, because you can't beat this shit outside. You got to get in there and work that shit out.
What happened to George Floyd, your son, all of these inhumane treatments of black men and women, people of color by the police, has been building up.
Absolutely.
So what do you make of all of the protests that are happening across the nation?
It was a matter of time. And like I said, what happens here with the police brutality happens all over this country. They said the police was called because that man was trying to do some type of forgery. Okay, come arrest my ass and let me have my fucking day in court. Why did I have to die about some fucking money? Why didn't I have my day in court? Same with my son. If you said my tail light was out, when you stopped me, you could have gave me my motherfucking ticket and let me go on home and get my tail light fixed. I had to die because my tail light was busted. Because of your fucking imagination. I really did this state asylum in 2016 where I publicly asked people not to tear this motherfucker up. Every year, every time I talk to these people, when something happens, I know y'all fucking up. We 1 degree from blowing up, but obviously what I was saying fell on deaf ears and a hard heart. There is nothing that I say and that I'm gonna say to try to do anything because you were warned 4 years ago that you had fucked up and you can't keep doing people like you're doing them. You know, a tyrant only reigns for so long, and if you keep oppressing the people, they gonna rebel.